Welcome to the unsung heroes of science. Let's watch this little animation that we have to help our minds lighten up and glow.
What are these falling stars? They are meteorites or similar bodies from space which enter the Earth's atmosphere. However, this wasn't known to people back in time. People innocently believed that actual stars from space fall down on the Earth's surface. It was due to advancement in science and technology that many discoveries were made, and the fact that these are not stars but meteorites were accepted. The same is applicable to many legendary discoveries of the past. Due to several reasons, many discoveries were left ignored and unaccepted. But the advancement in technology helped in better research, which could support the long-ignored works of many scientists. One example of such unfortunate incidences was the work of the father of genetics, Gregor Mendel.
Isaac Newton, Thomas Alva Edison, Galileo Galilei, and Robert Hooke, what not? Pretty popular, right? But do you know the unsung heroes? Here we are today, speaking about Nettie Stevens.
Namaste to one and all present here. I am Sreelaya of grade 12 and she is Ishita of grade 10
and Kautilya from 10th.
We are from Suchitra Academy-T2 school.
Our presentation aims to shed light on the life, achievements, and contributions of Nettie Stevens, highlighting how her innovative work has reshaped our understanding of the world around us.
As we will delve into her journey, we will get to know about the profound impact she has had on scientific discoveries, breakthroughs, and advancements.
Thank you for your attention. Without further ado, let us embark on this enlightening journey into the world of Nettie Stevens.
Here's an icebreaker. If I have seen Further It Is by Standing on Shoulders of Giants by Isaac Newton. This is an icebreaker. Nettie Stevens discovered XY gender chromosomes, but she didn't get hurt because she had two X's. Alright, gather around, young scientists. I've got an amazing story for you about how a brilliant young woman named Nettie Stevens and her discovery changed the way I understand baby boys and baby girls.
Picture this. A long time ago, many people didn't really know what made babies turn out to be boys and others to be girls. There were various sorts of ideas, like it had something to do with the food the mother ate or the temperature around her. It was all a mystery until a genius woman named Nettie Stevens came across.
Nettie wasn't always a scientist. She was a teacher. But when she was in her late 30s, she decided to go to university and learn all about science. She studied really hard and earned a PhD in genetics, a study that how living beings pass on their traits to their kids.
Now, let's talk about mealworm beetles. They're those little creatures that look like worms and eventually turn out to be beetles. Nettie thought that they were fascinating, and in 1905, she started studying them in depth. She looked at their tiny parts called chromosomes, which I'm pretty sure all of you know about, and this is like an instruction manual for living things.
Guess what she found? When she looked at the female mealworm's chromosomes, she found that they were all of the same size. But when she looked at the male mealworm's chromosomes, there were 19 big ones and one small one. It was like a secret code telling us something important.
Then we figured out that this special code determined whether a baby mealworm would be a boy or a girl. It had to do with the tiny things called chromosomes from the dad's side. If the baby got chromosomes from the dad's side, it would be a boy, and if it got different ones, it would be a girl. How cool is that?
The discovery wasn't just awesome on its own. It also helped prove some ideas from a scientist named Gregor Mendel. He had figured out some important things about how traits pass down from parents to kids. That's genes, right? Guess what? Nettie's discovery showed that she was right and some other scientists were wrong. Example, a guy named Edmund Beecher Wilson who said things like food and temperature could change how a baby would be a boy or a girl, was completely wrong. But Nettie said it was all about those chromosomes. And guess what? She was right.
Now, Edmund Wilson is often given credit for this discovery because he published his ideas first. But some people think that he had seen Nettie's results before writing his own stuff. And here's the coolest part. Nettie is the one who really nailed it. She was the first one who stated that chromosomes declare if it's a boy or a girl.
So there you have it, the story of Nettie Stevens, a brave teacher turned scientist who unraveled the mystery of the baby boys and girls using chromosomes. Remember? Even though we are young, we can dream big and discover big things, just like Nettie did.
Here's a small achievement that the young scientist hasn't gotten any awards so far, but the small little award that she had received in 1905 was one paper where Stevens, also known as Nettie Maria Stevens, won an award of $1,000 for the best scientific paper written by a woman. Sreelaya, why did you choose a specific unsung hero?
We chose Nettie Stevens because we wanted to publicize the pioneer female scientist who was able to determine the gender of children with chromosomes. Before Edmund Wilson, he had gained his fame from her work.
Wow.
Ishita, why do you think she was not well known, and why do you think she should be better known?
Well, Stevens is not well known as she was not awarded for her contribution to genetic science. Instead, Edmund Wilson was credited for the discovery. Nettie Stevens should be well known for her pioneering work in revealing the role of chromosomes in genetic inheritance, which laid the foundation for understanding gender determination. Kautilya, what is a scientific fact that you've learned from this presentation?
Scientific fact that I have learned is mealworms have only 20 chromosomes, unlike humans. And in female mealworms chromosomes, they are all about the same size, and we can identify with the help of those. But in the male mealworms chromosomes, there are 19 big ones and one small one.
Wow, fascinating. Now we have a small animation that we've created. Thank you. In science, there are no shortcuts.